I lost something out there, I do not want to lose something within me too. Because losing that doesn't mean you lose your whole life. Of course, to be very honest, when millions of dollars suddenly taken away from you, of course, you'll be shaken. But I will have this belief inside me that if I lost something out there, I do not want to lose something within me too, It already happened. It means that the situation is already as such. The incident happened sometime overnight. It's just beyond our control. But what is important is how we approach it, isn't it? So for me personally, I definitely go through the period when I doubted my creation. I doubted my belief systems. I was so shaken to the core for a few days. Eventually I decided I have to pick up myself. Maybe there's something that I have to learn. Maybe it's a redirection of life. So regardless of whatever reason that is, what is important here is how we approach it. Because losing that doesn't mean you lose your whole life. Doesn't mean you lose your tomorrow. It's how you define it. But some people, of course, to them it's like hey, this is my entire life. I spent my first half of my life earning all of this, and then now I lose it all. It's impossible to get it back. Then you are true, because that's what you believe in. I restart my life. I restart my career. I restart everything. After that, I feel that is an attitude, and it is how you believe in things. If you believe that you can recreate it, you will. It may take time, yes, but it will be shorter because you have learned from your past experiences. You are much more mature. You're much more wiser. You are more ready to contain that. Sometimes it's a journey for you to go through so that you can have the maturity of containing those amount of wealth without without you being derailed away from maybe your purpose on earth. For me, that is my case. I may not have the maturity on the earlier stage of my life when that amount of wealth that actually came to my life. And I feel that was a good redirection. Looking back, yes, it was painful, but looking back now, I feel that it was appropriate. At least now, I feel that I'm living in a much more fulfilling, much more mature place in my life. And I'm still on the way to get back, not just to get back, but to have the maturity to be able to handle that and to create a better world, not just for myself, but also for the world.
Can you expand on what you mean by maturity?
In my case, I feel that maturity comes from the idea of you have to ask yourself these two questions, okay? First is when you are broke, who are you? Who are you? What will you do when you are broke? And when you are so rich with tons of wealth, who are you by that? Are you any different? If you are any different, it means that your wealth kind of determines who you are. For me, I do not believe in that. I feel that wealth shouldn't define, like money or this external possession, shouldn't define who we are. They are just to accomplish certain purpose in my life. They are my amplifier. But if I let them determine who I am, who I can become, maybe some people become more oblivious to life. Some people become more arrogant. Some people no longer become humble. Some people just derail away from what their calling are, their purpose are. It means they are not mature in a way. That's what I meant by maturity. When you're matured, you will have the wisdom to use that amount of wealth to amplify your purpose or whatever you want to do. They are no longer a mean to fulfill your inner security or your inner joy or freedom. So I feel this is the maturity that I'm referring to.